Narendra, and the others, and they probably into the audience. Why are you doing like this? Why are you doing like that? He didn't ask me to talk, to lecture. I guess it would have been too intense. But the thing is, they went around and around and around, and then Prabhupada took over the lecture. Apparently, this was what they had wanted him to do, was Durga Puja. Okay? I'm giving you a treasure here that you will not hear from anybody else, presumably. Not many survivors from that experience. And I was looking at it, and then Prabhupada was sitting up like a lion, roaring. He said, and there is Durga with 8 arms, and she has got sword, and she has got trident, and so many things for killing, he said. And who is she killing? He cried out at the top of his voice. She is killing demons. And then he cried out again at a lower voice. He said, and who are those demons? He cried out to the audience. And I will tell you one thing, who I know are on live YouTube, but I will have to mention, you can always tell when you've made your point in a group like that. Do you know how I could tell? Do you want to guess?
A smile.
No, they were not smiling. They were horrified. What were they doing that made it know that we had hit them on the gut level?
I don't know. Will you tell us?
They were passing air like there was no tomorrow. Farting. They were passing air. Everywhere you could hear and smell air being passed. They were upset by Prabhupada. And this is Prabhupada's response for having been asked to do a Durga Puja, you see. So he came there to give a lecture, didn't do a Durga Puja, then started talking about Durga. Yes, she's got so many arms, she's riding on a tiger or something like that, right? And she has got a pitchfork and a sword. He said, and what does she do with these weapons? They said, she is killing demons. Prabhupada roared through the microphone. And you can imagine, as I've just described, what the audience was doing when he screamed like that. And then he cried out, looked from side to side with a look in his face as though he himself were a lion. He looked from side to side at these people and said, and who are these demons? He cried out. You know, they were shocked to the core. Then he shouted out after that, we are those demons. She is killing us. See, we are the demons that she's using these weapons. Then he sat up straight with a snarl of contempt on his mouth. And he said, and they are worshiping. That was his answer to
Durga Puja.
The gentleman asking him to do a Durga Puja. He did a Durga deconstruction. So I'm mentioning this, it's taking time. It's a treasure of a story. You will not hear it from anyone else unless you hear it from somebody who heard it on this what you call it, the face. What are we on? This is YouTube, right? Not YouTube. Yes, YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, so whoever's on the YouTube will hear it. But I'm tying this together to go back to Prabhupada saying, because of Ramakrishna, Bengal has gone to hell. And why was Bengal going to hell? They were worshiping Kali with her tongue hanging out. Her tongue hangs out because she killed her husband by accident, stood on his chest, looked down and said, oh my God, I killed my husband. And like any decent lady, she stuck her tongue out of total mortification. That's why her tongue is sticking out. So, now to finish it up. What was happening in Bangladesh when this riot took place. I'm not saying the Muslims should have done what they did. Obviously, the Muslims did it because they hate Hindus. End of story. But why did Krishna allow it to happen? That is my big question. Because you asked the question at the extreme. I'm talking to the Prabhu Bangalore Prabhuji, that asked, how come in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I protect my devotee, and then they started killed and tortured and beaten up in Bangladesh? And my answer is, I can quote Prabhupada, these weapons are to kill the human beings. And then Prabhupada looked around and said, and they are worshiping. So, like, what could be more ridiculous? And he said, because of Ramakrishna Bengal and Nityananda, not Nityananda, what was his name? Yogananda, not Yogananda. What was Ramakrishna's sidekick?
Vivekananda.
Vivekananda, yeah. Because of Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, Bengal has gone to hell. So now I go back to my original question that I asked at the beginning. It's very possible that the ISKCON temple suffered that misfortune completely without any involvement with the Kali festival.
So you're saying that there might be remnants of Durga Puja and whatever else that Prabhupada would not be happy with going on, and this is a side effect of the deviation or potential.
Well, I would say that, let's say, they've got the Fisher Mansion in Detroit, and they put up festivals. If they wanted, they put a Durga up there for their weddings and stuff. Just like the Hindu temple in Sacramento. Everybody is there. So is it possible that ISKCON conceded to the desire of their, no doubt, huge Hindu congregation to have some recognition of Durga, of Kali on the Kali Puja? If that happens, then we can say, and they are worshiping. Because we cannot worship Kali. We can honor Kali. We can offer obeisances to Goddess Kali. We can weep in front of the murti of Goddess Kali. But we cannot worship her along with Lord Krishna, because she is material, Shakti, and Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Right. Okay.
And besides which, Kali is the same as Maya Devi. Maya Devi is a goddess of illusion. Maya Devi will not even stand in the presence of Krishna. It is said that she will stand only behind Krishna because she's ashamed of what she's doing at the request, needless to say, of his parts and parcels known as the jivas. The jivas want to be deluded, and so she deludes them. But she's ashamed because she herself is a pure devotee. And yet we can offer obeisances to Goddess Kali or Durga or Maya Devi as a pure devotee. But we cannot worship her on an altar or observe the type of festival they were observing in Bangladesh. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'd like to know if anyone wants to think of that. And I have to, the last thing I'll say is, I do not have proof that the ISKCON temple was participating. I do have a clue, because if they saw that Kali Puja, they should have shut their doors and locked them. Not because they didn't want to get burned down, they had no idea that would happen, but because we do not open our door to Goddess Kali worship. So that remains to be seen, and I will offer my prostrated obeisances to whomsoever can find out, was ISKCON or was ISKCON not even slightly implicated. It's also possible the doors were open so that any Vaishnavas that wanted to could come in and have darshan of Srila Prabhupada and the deity. That's possible. So I'm not here to condemn ISKCON Bangladesh. But I'm simply raising a question. If that question is they were participating in the festival, then whatever happened in the temple was arranged for by Lord Krishna. Okay, that's finally I'm at the end.
Okay, Shashi Kumar, did you like that explanation, or do you have any further clarificatory points you want to make?
I got what that Prabhu had said, but Goddess Durga is an avatar of Srimati Radharani. And I think ISKCON, Bangladesh ISKCON did not involved in Durga Puja, I think. So Lord Krishna-
Ramachandra, you do the answering from now on, okay? Or Rupa Majori, or you can know, you know the answer.
Yeah, so they were not involved in Durga Puja. Okay, so did you? I mean, you have to verify that, but I see what happened. It seems like Prabhupada's murti got burnt, and what else did they do? The Muslims or the terrorists? They destroyed the temple.
Did they damage the deity, the Radha Krishna deities?
They killed somebody.
We cannot hear you, Rupa
I
Manjari.
also see that
They killed two people, I think.
Srimati Radharani's husband is also Kali worshipper, was also Kali worshipper. Abhimanyu, Ayan was also Kali worshipper.
I don't understand. Ramachandra, can you explain?
Srimati Radharani's husband, Ayan was also Kali worshipper.
Shashi Kumar Prabhu is saying that Radharani's husband was a Kali worshipper in, I guess, Krishna Lila or something, right?
Well, not in Krishna Loka.
Not in Krishna.
How can you worship a material goddess in Krishna Loka?
Yeah, Krishna didn't recommend. Even in the Govardhan Puja, Krishna recommended to worship, Govardhan
We
Hill.
don't worship any demigods. I just asked her that. Even Ayan was also Kali worshipper, right?
Well, why don't you look it up, Ramachandra?
No, it's. Go ahead. What did you say, Shashi Kumar?
We in our family we don't worship demigods. We worship only Hari. But I just asked her. Ayan was also Kali worshipper, right? Even though he was husband of Srimati Radharani, who is the supreme goddess, and Ayan was also an expansion of Lord Krishna, right? I heard that somewhere.
Are you getting that from Srila Prabhupada's books?
No. I nowhere saw that in Srila Prabhupada's book.
You have not seen it?
Yeah, no, not it.
I have not either. So Ramachandra, go ahead. You've got the
Okay, yeah. So
you've got
yeah,
the
if you haven't
chariots,
seen
you've
it,
got the reins, you've got the bow. Now start shooting.
yeah, whenever we talk in the Sister Goshti, we refer to Srila Prabhupada's books, Shashi Kumar Prabhu. Anyone can write anything and present it.